Okay, amazing. So in this video, I'll be talking about a sheet which Binayak have shared with me recently, and he inquired few of the questions or queries, and I loved this guy. Like, why? Because the things that I talked about, the things that I told him or the other people also in ODMC, he raised questions on those principles, which shows me that he wants to understand the principle. He wants to apply the concept rather than just wants to take the answer from me. And I love this kind of behavior. This is what I call a proper, what do you call, a student mindset. Wherever you are, in whichever field you are, if you learn in this way, there is no way that you'll not get the skill properly and you'll get the result that you're looking for. So without, delaying further things, so I've just read it once. First disclaimer, I just read it once. I have not prepared any answers. So this video is just, on the go I'm making it. So just bear with this video and let's find out the answers. So anyways, so he talked about, first of all, I love the formatting. This guy did, like, I can see that he took an effort to even ask few questions, right? Love the approach. If everybody asks in this way, like, damn, maza hi aa jayega. Anyways, so first he talked about the index, in which he talked about the introduction, what I think and what he think about the principles, what he understood from the sessions and what he didn't understood from the session, and the questions, right? So in the introduction, what he said is, so there are a lot of differences between how you and I think about dating. I think we are completely different paradigms. So maybe I'm not able to understand many concepts and advice. Maybe some other people have also this problem. So the reason I'm making this video is because I don't just want to address problems that Binayak raised. I understand that this may be the concerns of other people also. Hence this video. So first, what he talked about is what I think versus what you think, right? He said, talking about dark is open-ended or not. My brain, she may get surprised knowing this fact. She may be impressed that I noticed. My brain, okay, maybe it's cool. I have not seen it. Okay. Now in this thing, I never wanted to say that I will be using this line, right? It's just an example that I wanted to show of hook, DHV, if ends, and call to action, right? Now, apparently, I just observed that after lockdown, when Dark release hua tha, a lot of people got interested in it, and people loved watching this. And few of the girls, I had a conversation, and they loved it. And we had a deep rapport and deep connection into it. And the only principle that you can take from here is, I talked about Dark, and then it can be any series, which is very general. It can be How I Met Your Mother, it can be Friends, it can be Game of Thrones, it can be anything. Dark relates to me more. I don't know how well it's gonna work because I know it's a very intellectual show. It's a very complex show, to be honest, and most of the girls have not watched it. But I just showed you an example. I may not even use it properly, but how my brain is thinking, yes. Now, if some girl have seen Dark or at least know about Dark, we have a thing to talk about. Was it surprising fact or not? I never assumed this. She may be impressed that I noticed. I never thought about this, right? He said this, okay, maybe it's cool. I have not seen it. So basically, his concerns come from the angle that he have not even seen it properly, right? So anyways, let's jump to the conclusion of the first. I never said that this is one of the coolest hook and that I'm going to use it. Right? So it just was an example. With Dark, yes, if I replace with other sitcoms, then it would make, to be honest, more sense. Even I would not use Dark, which is a genuine legit question. Thanks for asking. The second one, talking about Tony Stark inventions and gadgets. Your brain, it's looking like we are talking to kids. She may not like it. It's understandable. Girls are not into Marvel. See, Tony Stark is a cool character. And when I said that girls are not interested in Marvel, I never said that they have not watched it. But I was trying to say this, that from the dark aspects also, in this aspect also, there is something better for the hook which can be done. All right. For example, that I've shared in examples, right? That you must love travel, food, and you must be a sapiosexual. Well, everybody is. So something like that. So it is, that hook is basically is just, it's a thought interruption types. It's a break in the linear thought. It's getting the attention. कुछ sudden सा हो गया. जैसे you have noticed somewhere like it's written as sex and people just get the attention, and then you're like, okay, now we have your attention, please wear your seatbelt because car accidents and all that stuff. So it was about that. Now anyways, Tony Stark वाला जो stuff था, I never proclaimed that girls are not into Marvels. Basically, it's never about the girl. If you are into Marvel, it matters the most. And with the current scenario going on, actually, most of the girls are coming into this comic world. Even I have seen that in Comic Con. I went twice, and a lot of girls were there. And to be honest, more than guys, girls were in the cosplays. So I'm for sure know that girls know Tony Stark. Can be used, but it's not the optimum thing. And when he's like, my brain, hell yeah, people get inspired by these movies and technology in them. I understand girls are not much into it. I would say 50-50. Girls are there into it also. Many people I know get into AI and tech. So basically, I don't want to talk about the tech work and my coding work or my other works on the dating app, because it's gonna somehow create an environment where she will assume, oh, with this guy I'm gonna have these kind of conversation, which is, for most of the people, work is just work, right? They are not super inspired by doing that. It's just they are getting paid for it and they just get it through it. In dating app, they are not looking for somebody who is again going to talk about those stuff. And if you're going to put in all these kind of hints that, which is work related, technology and all that stuff related, then she'll get an idea, थोड़ा tough time हो सकता है, cool नहीं होगा, मतलब understand, the girl was there for just to have fun, right? She is looking for some cool distractions to have. So later he talked about what are the types of girls. मैं उसको बताता हूँ आराम से. Hope these two things are sorted. Now he talked about actively looking out to try out different POs. Your brain, cool thing, she'll like it, adventurous. His brain, cool thing, she'll like it, adventurous. Now यहाँ पे हम दोनों sync कर रहे हैं. Now I want you to understand why. First of all, cool thing और adventurous का क्या सीन है यहाँ पे. Simple सा है. Most of the people, even they do not drink alcohol, the hard drinks, it's okay for them for the beer. And I have noticed most of the girls don't drink beer, by the way. They are more on the hits, hard stuff like gin, vodka and all that stuff. Beer is just kind of associated with guys more, because girl mostly wants to drink to get the high and to just get it out, like dance. So you just, if you have not noticed it, just go into a bar and see who drinks more. First, you will observe the girl. That's the girl part. And second, you will notice that when they do it, they become as like a free bird, because they want to be that free bird. And you will see only girls will be dancing more on the dance floors, and guys will be like James Bondy, having a beer in their hand, like shaking like this and music पे ऐसे कर रहे होते हैं. Most of the guys you will be seeing this. Very rare you will see a guy dancing on the floor. Very rare. I've seen very rare guys. So her purpose to drink are always to let it out, to be a free bird, because when she is drunk, she can do any shit and she can blame on drinks. Doesn't make a logical thing or pattern or logical sense to your brain. I can understand that. Guys do not drink for that reason, right? Guys do not drink for that reason, right? So anyways, the point was simple in this. When I say looking out to try out more beers and different breweries and all that stuff, it shows an adventure in terms of that I am looking out to try new stuff, like new flavor, like kuch, and it's more of little bit different than going on a date and just grab some known beer like a Budweiser and Carlsbergs and all that Bira and all that stuff. What it shows is, okay, this guy is into class because you're tasting beer from the brewery, fresh, with a different taste, with a different malts and all that stuff. It shows that you're a picky person and you want to choose kind of drinks and you're trying to find out your taste. So that's how it's kind of adventurous. It shows that it's going to be a little bit adventure. We're going to be trying out stuff, right? And there is a drink into it. So yeah, that's so. ऐसा मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि if there is a drink that is a cool thing. It's not like that. It became cool because of that, of experimenting factor, that beauty. Most of the people, which if I'll tell you, is gonna be drinking the beer like from the well-known companies. They will go to any Theka and all that stuff like Madhuloka and all, and they'll just get the beer and get it over. But a person who looks for the beauty, who looks for the taste, who looks for the this kind of much sugar into it, ये wheat का होगा या किसी और का होगा, कितना पुराना होगा. Now that's a class, that's a pickiness, that's a hobby, that's something different than a normal drinking beer hobby, right? Now this guy, if we'll be talking about, it's not intending to drink beer, but it's kind of hobby. It's like finding out the new stuff. Anyways, I hope that it makes sense to you. Then the fourth point, looking for someone to try out different food, watching Netflix and movie. My brain, okay, but nothing interesting. What are you providing? My brain, cool thing, she'll like it, adventure. Now here we are different with a different mindset, right? Looking for someone to try out different food, watching Netflix and movies. ये कितना boring हो चुका है. Like there are memes on it, like Netflix and chill. There's nothing picture forming in her head, like Netflix and chill से सबसे पहले तो उसके दिमाग में hit ही कर दिया, he's just talking about sex. That's why I said you're not providing anything, because sex तो उसको कहीं से भी मिल जाएगा. Trying out different food, it's not specific. Watching Netflix and movie, it's not specific. And that's the only reason why I said it's not specific. It's not creating any interest. And second, you're not providing anything because it's generalized in such a way that Netflix and chill is like basically it's an invitation for sex, right? It's a well-known fact. For him, it's cool thing. I don't know why he said that, because Netflix dekhna, dude, she may have the subscription, right? She can just lay around her bed half naked, eating popcorn, watching the show without any distraction. Why the fuck she would come with you? And I'm not saying that's only extrovert do, or even a lot of people enjoy watching their favorite shows in a cozy environment. If there is an unknown, different, random person, they have to behave, and it's not going to be a watchable environment. For sure, तुम्हें ये पता होना चाहिए. I don't know तुमने experience किया है कि नहीं. But whenever there is on dating app, there is something called it's an indirect intention. If a guy is saying, you know what, let's go out and watch a movie, damn, dude, can't you just understand the guy intention was never to watch a movie? And girls, if you think you're dumb, girls are dumb, they are not. They know what's up. So that's the only reason I said it's not interesting and it's not providing value anyhow. Makes sense? Let's go further. Never got rejected in a job interview. Can use it in the bio. I never said that it can be used in the bio. I never, like, who the fuck is gonna use this? Never got rejected in a job interview. I just used it because that's the only thing he provided in my in the branding sheet, and I specifically talked about that. Please write something, which which describes you better, which talks about things better. And if he have written, by the way, in his branding sheet about the job interview that he never got rejected. So the bio that I've shared with him, I used it because of one reason, because उसको use करके I have used one more extension that I've never got rejected, so which is little scarce. And second, the line was, and I want to repeat the same in the dating. So which one do you think I'll fail in first or something like that, ऐसा कुछ मैंने बताया था. So basically वो थोड़ा expectation भी था, and I would not say, to be honest, it's a DHV. It's not a DHV. Not getting rejected from a job, it's not a DHV. I had nothing to work on, hence, जो मेरे को मिला उसी से काम करना पड़ रहा है. And that's why I'm keep telling you, it's going to be like half of the month. Almost 15 से शुरू किया था, 30 हो चुका है. And वैसे obviously for this month we planned just for getting the proper pics and the proper bio and the settings up and running, so that in second month we are just swiping and matching and texting and all that stuff. We are actually on track. But if people have done their branding sheet properly, it would have not even taken that far. It would be like first or second call में मैं खत्म करा देता. Anyways, going further, his brain is like, should I even mention this in the branding sheet? It's kind of look try hard. Yeah, he's right. Actually, मैंने तो पढ़ा ही नहीं. But the way it was mentioned in the bio was perfect, and the combination was perfect. Yeah, that's what I said, right? I just use it because, I had nothing to work on, and मेरे को चीज़ नहीं दी है. The elements, I had no elements to work on, and I just picked those things, and my brain just made this stuff. If you like it, do it. So one more thing that I want to convey here is nothing is going to be perfect. We will be changing our strategies, we'll be changing our pictures here and there, we'll be changing our bio here and there, because we want to get to the optimum profile settings, which is giving us the result. And we'll find it, we'll fine tune it. So basically एक equation है, इसमें multiple variables हैं, and we'll see according to the results which variable that we want to change. And this we'll be doing from the online coaching classes वगैरह जो भी हमारी live session चलते हैं, right? तो this is it from my side in the fifth. Now, so he talked about things I understood and taken from the session. First, I thought the rocket moon journey hook is good for me. You told hook DHV and FSL should not be all same. I never said that. Especially nerdy ones. Yes, I said that. It perfectly makes sense. In some cases, it's okay. Like fashion. Okay, so he got the point. Yeah. So I never said that you cannot use the same kind of context in all the 4 lines. If you do it, it's actually better because there's a flow going on. And as I've mentioned also, the job of the first line is to go to the second line, make that person read that second line, and then third, and then fourth. And if it's just congruent and just making sense, it's pretty good. Actually, it's the best thing, to be honest. But when it comes to the nerdy stuff, it's not. Because यहाँ boring, तो पहली बात तो नीचे नहीं जा रहे हैं, फिर नीचे भी boring, चलो चले गए तो है, something like that, right? But in fashion, yeah. And other stuff, traveling, yeah. In other, please understand that people are on dating apps because they're tired from their normal life of working and not meeting cool people. And if same things are gonna happen in those kind of app, they will be like, nah. So it's, you know what? It's like me working my ass off and you working your ass off from Monday to Friday, or let's say Saturday, or let's say you work for a month and you want to go for a vacation. And in that vacation also you have taken your laptop and you're sitting on a beach and you're fucking still working. Then it's not a vacation. You're just shifted your location from your home or your office to the beach and you're still working. So you're not rejuvenating here. You're working, you just shifted your location. Please understand that. The same is happening on those dating apps. The goal are there for some shift, not the way that यहाँ पे भी काम की बातें चल रही है, यहाँ पे भी बोरिंग बातें चल रही है, और यहाँ पे भी वो शिफ्ट नहीं चाहिए, उनको थोड़ा ड्रास्टिक ही शिफ्ट चाहिए, राइट. Second point is you mentioned putting stand up in, so basically this point, you mentioned putting stand up in DHV, okay, which is, yeah, right. PJ voice note as hook, cool, which looks like it contradicts first point. No, it doesn't. Acha, he also written that, but it doesn't. The first point is about not to mention the similar points over and over, but we can continue a story in hook DHV fails to make it better. Yes, for sure. In this case, a stand-up comedy as a DHV, a swipe right PJ, blah blah blah. Okay, so basically, point was clear, to the point, pretty good. Not to make bio very specific or a very generic, I would say. I don't know what is very specific. It's a subjective thing. I would say that you need to be little specific. I don't know what is very means here. Or generic, yes, it should not be generic. Rom-com is a very specific. Oh, so he meant by that. It's not specific, to be honest. Yeah, it's specific, but it's not relatable, is what I mentioned. I had never had a problem with it being specific things, because ice cream is general, and natural ice cream is specific. Tender coconut and in natural ice cream is super specific, and it's gonna work out. इसमें कोई problem नहीं है. But rom-com is first of all, it's देख यार, मेरे को नहीं समझ आया था. और ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे चीज़ें इतनी नहीं पता है, थोड़ा बहुत तो पता है. What's the point of it if people will not understand it? And if why to then use a shortcut? Use it properly if you want to use it. So the problem was not that it was specific. The problem was it was not understandable. It was not relatable. You're looking for the relatability here, right? Ice cream is relatable. You go as specific as possible, not an issue. इसने ब्रैकेट में लिख ही दिया है. Needs to be relatable to the general public. मैं थोड़ा एक स्टेप ना आगे चल रहा हूँ. Like having fun and good conversations are very general. Yes, obviously. Don't say directly or indirectly that I'm a loony or a very pessimistic. Obviously, underlying communication should be my life is awesome. Yes, it should be. But if we met, it will be super awesome. Super awesome. You got the point. Try to take points from the branding sheet which is common between you and general goals. Still not. Try to take points from branding sheet which is common between you and general goals. Still not very clear. Today even I'm not clear what you asked. What I understood from this point is you're saying you try to take the points from the branding sheet that you have written, which should be common between you and the general type of girls, right? अब इसमें clear क्या नहीं है मुझे नहीं समझ आया. As simple as that, right? I just said कि तुम अपना branding sheet लिखो, उसमें तुम्हारी personality आएगी, वहाँ से कुछ एक चीज़ उठाओ जो कि मोस्ट ऑफ द जो गर्ल्स में भी कॉमन होगा. अब वो तुम नहीं बता सकते हो, शायद चांसेस हो सकते हैं. वाई? बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव द रिक्वायर्ड एक्सपीरियंस विद द गर्ल्स, एंड दैट्स द ओनली रीज़न यू हैव हायर्ड मी टू हेल्प यू आउट विद दिस केस. बिकॉज it's not that I'm giving you hacks with online dating and all. Yes, I am. But with that, I'm also giving you my experience of what works with women and what doesn't. What kind of things women, Indian specifically, women react and act in certain situations, and for what they get, how they behave in those apps. So I'm just giving you my experience via this product also, and obviously hacks, and make the whole path to do it. There are a lot of stuff which is happening in this product, by the way. Okay, so other he's like things I'm not understanding, maybe others as well as like, first, I know how to write a branding sheet, but not understanding how to pick up good points from it. Oh, so I think something is good, but you say it's bad and vice versa. It's gonna come from experience, bro. Nothing can be done in here. That experience, you can have it from this ODMC itself, because as you will be creating your profile first, I'll be there with you every week. Every week I have a call with you, right? And the second, whenever I'm saying something, I want everybody to understand in the Binayak's way, because he's trying to find out what makes sense and what doesn't, and what's happening in here, which is the best part. So with an experience, you will be able to form the pattern. Oh, these are the wrong stuff, these are the right stuff because of this and because of that. Then your brain is going to form the system. The same way my brain formed the system with all that experiences. It's going to come from that experience itself. Second, not understanding how to use points taken from the branding sheet and write a good hook DHV if else. Again, it's going to come from experience. I tried the first time, it was not good. The second time tried, highlighted point given format, it got worse. And after writing how to if, lines are not good. Okay, bro. You're talking about, it's a skill, that how from a branding sheet I'm able to pick out those stuff and use it in a good hook DHV and if else statement. Actually, it's a skill which is learnable, and you're learning from this course itself. Now, understand this, please, that every skill takes time and an effort, right? So exactly what you're saying is simple, that there is a like some years experience, like 5 to 10 years experience, a guy who writes ads, एंड तूने थोड़े कॉपी राइटिंग के बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट सुने एंड यू लाइक ब्रो मैं उसके जैसे अच्छे एड्स क्यों नहीं लिख पा रहा हूँ. यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि उसका कितना उसका प्रैक्टिस है, कितना उसका फेलियर है, कितना उसका फीडबैक लूप्स चलेंगे. दैट यू आर नॉट काउंटिंग इन द पार्ट, राइट? सो what's the difference between an experienced person is because they can see the nuances, they can see the minute things, and they can pick on stuff. I'm not saying you cannot do it, you will do it, you just need to give it some time and more practice is what I'm saying. So don't just assume that I have given you a violin and I've taught you that this is this thing, this is this string, and you play like this, and the very first day you will be able to play a good music. People take months, even years to learn violin, to write copy, to write code, like good code I'm talking about, to build businesses. So it's not a one-day job, but you're on the path, you're on the right path. And that's the only reason, right? So I have kind of designed ODMC in such a way that it's kind of in a model that do it for you. I'm doing everything for you guys, right? I'm giving you bio, I'm giving you how to, and also I'm giving you the principles and the frame structures also, so that I'll tell you that how I did it, and if you want to do it, you can do the same, and you have the course access, you can repeat it multiple times, right? Totally up to you. So it's a like do it for you model and do it for yourself also. There are just to explain further, I could have directly created a course itself and just gave it to you and just like tata bye bye. I'm not doing that. Why? Because I know that knowledge is not what exactly gonna give you the result, because knowledge is abundant, it's there everywhere. What is missing is the structured knowledge and how to apply that, and feedback loop. These are the more important stuff. Okay, the third point, if you check what I think versus what you think, the first and second point looks similar, the third and fourth point looks similar. Okay, but you feel one is good and one is not good. Although I can see girls are not into Marvel, so differentiating first and second points are okay, but what about third and fourth? Check the question to see third and fourth. Actually looking to view. Yeah, I've told about that stuff, so you can look back in the video section pehle thoda. Same with DHV. I've written why building the best tech company that will blow everyone's line is not DHV. I got confused and how to know which is DHV and which is not. So if you can notice that things that he's not able to understand are in a nutshell what he's trying to tell is, bro, तूने मुझे कुछ एक weapon दिया to how you have told me to, you have given me a tool, But I'm not becoming master of using that tool, bro. It takes time. Simple answer. How to find DHV? What I'm looking for here is that it talks something high value about you, plus it's relatable to the girl, and it's sparking some emotion to that person is what I'm looking for. Cool. Okay, it's a long sheet. Question: what should be the mindset or a frame while picking up points from the branding sheet from bio? I have told you that it should be a little different. It should be more relatable to you and the girl. It should create some emotions. And yeah, that's about it. I feel that I've not shared the bio sheet with you guys, so that's why these questions. Let me see what I can do with it. So I don't know if it's recording this or not, but let's see. पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. तो यहाँ पे बायो शीट था हमारे पास. ओके, बायो के 3 पॉइंट्स हो गए. हाँ, ये my bio importance of bio, core principle of dating, bad biosexual bio, low value traits, what not to do, bad versus good, the perfect bio framework. अच्छा, ये तो framework है. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but it's there. Your bio should be, from the branding sheet which you're picking up, it should be congruent, it should be polarizing, it should be different, it should provide some emotion, and it should not look like a needy thing. And I'll share this also, don't worry about that stuff. Anyways, second question: how to choose which point from the branding sheet will be perfect for hook, what will be good for THV, what will be good for if and else. Bro, you just write it, share it, I'll break it down, and just hear me things doing it, listen to me what I'm doing, and ask me questions. In this way you'll get to know it. How to get hook, DHV, if and else 9 idea, how to get about. It's a creative work, bro. कितनी बार बताऊँ तेरा ये question. It's a creative work, and I've given you the framework. I've given you an example of hook, DHV, if and else, and then action, call to action. I've given you some examples. Now, it's a creative process, and it's not like everybody can do it, and it's like everybody else can do it. It takes time. Just be patient with that stuff. If I were not there, your only way was, so C section is like how to filter out good and bad lines, hook, DHV fills. So simple answer is, if I was not there, your only option was make it yourself, go into the online platforms, get the failure, think why you're not getting matches, give up on the online dating, give up on the life, then after some point get the emotions rolling on again, that I don't have the girl of my choice, then again try out new stuff, then again failing, then again leaving, then rotating the cycle multiple times until you are like exhausted. Or if you're like super passionate and super into it, that nahi, I have to solve this problem, then go into it, and by the iterations you will be able to find it out yourself. And that's where I'm coming in, because of which that if I am here, you don't have to go through that entire process of finding out yourself, failing and leaving, coming back, and applying something new and don't know what's happening and all. That's the difference, right? So that's what you're getting here. Okay. What are the 5 types of women? Okay. DTF. Huh. Okay, here it is. So the 5 times are explicitly DTF, the girl who are like super willing to like down to fuck, implicitly down to fuck, which is like they want, but they are not so sure they want to do it, but some things are stopping them. Subconsciously down to fuck are like they want to get it done, but they don't even know it, they want to get it done. Then dating and relationship oriented, and then time wasters. So in those time wasters, I name them like validation seeking girls जिनका breakup हुआ है, वो आके एक दो मैच देखी, लड़कों से validation ली, परिया बन के फिर से चली गई. The girls who are genuinely looking for a dating and a relationship. So when a girl look for a dating, she doesn't look for a hookup. She looks for a person with whom she can date and can convert into the main MLTR, like main long-term relationship. That's what happens in the girl's mind when it comes to dating. Before that, if she just wants to hook up, it's an easy peasy thing for her, right? They are the 3 categories for it: explicitly, implicitly, and subconscious. These are the 5 things. Yeah. Okay. Found an answer online. Did you mean the same? I am new to this. One night stand. My friend thought it would be fun. I'm closing the 30. If you're gonna see, it's kinda similar, but not exactly the same thing. Okay. So the last question is double meaning sentences. Is there any way to get inspired from the branding sheet to find this line? How to choose double meaning sentences? Where should it be placed in bio? Between hook and DHV? Between DHV and ifels? Okay, so this tells me a lot that your brain is not understanding the emotion at all. You're being super analytical about it. So first of all, to answer your double meaning sentence question, your sense of humor creates that first. Second, to learn it, the only way is to crack it more often. And to crack it more often, what you need to do is, for me, I just used to try it out. For you, I just can look into my brain and back and just think about that. If I would do the same, I'll just Google it first and look for the double meaning jokes and the memes and read a bunch of them, like 10, 20, 50. Then I'll just get some idea of it. And in the conversation time, I'll just try to put it out. And this is how you will learn that. Again, it's a creative thing. It's not like it's the only problem with the soft skills is it's not like a formula. Right? It doesn't work in these ways, right? So if you'll ask Picasso ki what's the formula of creating the artwork that you have created, he's like what? वो बेसिक बता सकता है कि ब्रो कैनवस को मैं ऐसे डिवाइड करता हूँ, कलर्स ऐसे चूज़ करता हूँ, ये कलर्स के कॉम्बिनेशन ये हैं, कैनवस स्टाइल ये होता है, पेंट्स डिफरेंट इस टाइप के होते हैं. बट दैट आर्ट इज़ इंट्रिंसिक, राइट? वो करके ही आता है फॉर्मूला. एंड उसके लिए बेसिक फॉर्मूला पता होनी चाहिए, लगानी चाहिए. उसके लिए मैंने तुम्हें एक हैक बता दिया कि लाइक गूगल पे जाओ, थोड़े मीम्स देख लो, थोड़े डार्क जोक्स देख लो, थोड़े डबल मीनिंग जोक्स देख लो. सब कुछ है हमारे गूगल पे, कर लिया करो ये सब, ठीक है? कहाँ इसको डाल सकते हैं? जहाँ तुम्हारा मन करे, जहाँ पे ये सेंस बना है, इज द आंसर दैट आई वुड लाइक टू गिव यू. So for that's all in this sheet. And the reason I've gone through this much of time and took an extra effort to go through this is because I feel a lot of other people will be having the same kind of doubts, and with this answering him, I tried to answer everybody. So most of the people now have what I was talking about. So what I would recommend is just go through your tasks, yes, ask your questions, understand the principles, apply it, feel it fast, and learn the skill properly. and I'll see you in the next call. Bye bye.